Good morning everyone. Today we are going to take a first lecture and first chapter. We are conducting first chapter of 5th class, and the subject is history. And the chapter name of this book is What is the History, and this is the first chapter of 5th class. Okay. Now we will going to see about what is the history. So we have to understand first the definition of history. History, okay, a science, a science that tells us about events in the past is called as history. That means some kind of events tell us about history. We can take an example here and Mohenjo-daro, or suppose we are going at hill station and we get some kind of forts, some kind of arsenals. Okay, and if you just to that arsenal and forts, these forts and arsenals are very older. That means massive threats are gone, and massive threat passed on this forts and arsenals, and we think about that arsenals, how long time it made that, and we have to say here and think that arsenals and that forts, saying that one thing, what the period of that time. Suppose take an example. What last year in 4th class we studied the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his mission of establishing Swaraj. The time before the birth of Shivaji Maharaj was about 400 years before now, right? From now this time, Shivaji Maharaj was born before 400 years. In other words, the time 400 years ago. 400 years ago was Shivaji born. For our convenience, we divide time in different ways. For our convenience, we divide time in different ways, like our watch. We divide our time in 24 hours. We divide 1 year in 365 days. We divide month in 30 days, and we divide year in 12 months, right? Like this. Often we use words like now, some time ago, after some time, or today, yesterday, tomorrow, or this year, next year, like this. We divide our time. When we use these words, we are actually measuring time in our minds. Or if you use these words, actually we divide our time by this using words. Now, today, and this year are terms that indicates the present some time ago. Or all these words indicates the time, terms of the day. After some time, tomorrow and next year are words that indicate future. If you saying about future, what we word use? Tomorrow, next year, and after some time. This is the future words. And previously, as I told you, before and yesterday, last year, all these words saying about past. And now I am doing now, like these words indicates the present day, the time that has already gone by is the past. Or which times gone, we can say that thing is past. The time that we are in now is in present, which is time is going. Time is going. We can say that this thing is present, and the time that is yet to come is the future. That means a person will come to village. We can say to this thing future. The past includes many events that have already taken place. Or the past includes many events that have already taken place. That means Shivaji Maharaj established Swaraj. This thing already taken place, and we can include this thing in the past. For example, now we will take another example. For example, you are 10 years old today. It means that the events of our birth happened 10 years ago in the past. Right? When you born, 10 years ago. And that time was the past. It means that events of your birth happened 10 years ago, and similarly after 10 years from now, that is in future you will be 12 and 20 years old. From this day, if you consider, you will become a 20-year-old. This will be future. The time born between today and day of your birth is past. The past in the life of a person the science that tries to understand past event is called as history. Science helps to us to understand what is the past events. And second thing is the scientific method of history. What? We have to know the scientific method of history to know the division of periods. and division of time. In standards 3rd and 4th, as a part of environmental study, we have become acquainted with various sciences. Right? In 3rd and 4th, we have studied about environment, that was the past. The social characteristics of all these sciences is that their facts or evidence can be tested in experiments which can be repeated anywhere, anytime. The method of using a number of different tests to determine whether the evidence is reliable is called the scientific method. That means which method we use to convenient for ourselves, we can say to that thing is scientific method, and we use this method for convincing of that particular time. There are many things that happened since our birth that we may not know about. However, our grandparents and parents or others often tell us amusing stories of our childhood. You know all of you that our grandmothers and parents tell us various kind of stories, and that may be stories part of our past. Those stories are part of their memory. However, when different people tell us about some events, we find difference in their narrations. Some stories can be part of some events. That means if you hear about Gandhi, we can see the history of Gandhi in the history. That should be a part of events. It is not possible to conduct experiments to recreate the events that haven't happened in the past. It is not possible to recreate the events. We cannot recreate that events today if you want make an experience. Okay. Therefore, the method of presenting history is different from the other sciences. Or therefore, the method of presenting history is different from the other sciences. We cannot recreate that events. We cannot recreate that events. That's why the sentence saying us. Even so, history uses the scientific method and every stage, namely while looking for and collecting evidence, examining the evidence and while putting it together. When we require help is also taken from other sciences. That is why history is considered to be a scientific discipline. History is not written solely on the basis of imagination. Okay, this is the main thing of history. We cannot create history on our own imagination. History is a part of events which is happened in the past, which is done before a long time ago. This is the history. It is not an imaginary thing, and we cannot create a history by imagining. Unsigned objects, structures, sculptures, pots, coins, inscriptions, copper, plates, books, manuscripts, traditional stories and songs remembered over many generations and are the source of history. This is the okay. For unsigned objects, structures, sculptures, spots, and coins. We know in ancient times, kings, queens, their own coins. They made their own coins, and that coin, evidence of that time. And all these things generate a source of history. The source of history are of three types: material source, written source, or oral source. Or three sources of the history. Or write up the sources of history. Sources of history are of three types. Here are three types of sources of history. One is material sources. What? Material sources. What can be material? Coins, sculptures, spots. This is the material, and this is the evidence of history. Second is written sources. This is the first. Second, written sources. Written sources. That means books tells us about history. Books is a source. Then oral sources. Oral sources. This is the third thing of historical evidence. That means our parents and our grandfathers, mothers tells us various kinds of stories which is happened in the past, and that should be events. We can say that thing is history, and this is the third type of evidence of history. We can use this all things, these three things, as the evidence of the history. And tomorrow we will see about this chapter. Okay, thank you.